From Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra.
Coming up on The Zone Extra, it's state finals time in girls hoops. Tonight in our Coach's Corner, I sit down with the man who has turned Franklin swimming into one of the state's top programs. Plus, our Athlete of the Week has his sights set on postseason glory.
I know that the sky's the limit, and we can really do anything that we put our minds to.
Find out how you can be a part of the show with our top plays. We're ready to take off. The Zone Extra starts now. Hey, good evening to you and welcome to The Zone Extra, everybody. I'm Anthony Calhoun. What an exciting time in high school sports. Wrestling champs were crowned last weekend, and this week brings the conclusion of the boys swimming and girls basketball seasons. In our Coach's Corner tonight, I'm joined in studio by a man whose programs have become some of the state's best in the pool. Franklin High School swim coach Zach DeWitt. Plus, in our Athlete of the Week, he's a Mr. Basketball candidate for one of the state's top teams. Charlie Clifford introduced you to Nigel Pack of Lawrence Central, and you won't want to miss our top play of the week from Alexandria High School senior that got the job done. That's coming up, but first, let's take a look at the week in high school sports. First up, girls basketball semi-states were held Saturday, and the only thing left to do is crown state champions this weekend. In Class 4A, last season's runner-up Lawrence North, booked his return trip to Bankers Life Fieldhouse with a 10-point win over Bedford North Lawrence. The Wildcats will face top-ranked and unbeaten Northwestern for the title game. In the Class 2A game, it was an overtime thriller between Frankton and South Central. The Eagles trailed by a point, but Ava Gardner, knocks down a pair of free throws for the lead. South Central one last shot here, no good, and Frankton wins by a point. They will take on Linton Stockton, who, despite a furious Triton Central rally, stunned the top-ranked and previously unbeaten Tigers. So let's take a look at the state finals coming your way on Saturday. In the 1A game, you got Lagodi taking on Pioneer. And then in that 2A game, it's Linton Stockton against Frankton. And then you take a look at the 3A matchup, Salem against Northwood, and Lawrence North getting set to take on Northwestern in the girls basketball state finals. Should be a lot of fun coming up this weekend. All right, well, meanwhile, last weekend at the Fieldhouse, the lights were down and the mats were out as wrestling season concluded with the state finals. And Cathedral folks, made it a three-peat as the Irish top Crown Point and Evansville Mater Dei for the team championship. Local wrestlers to win individual titles included, Brownsburg's Logan Miller at 106 pounds and Perry Meridian's Alex Cotty at 113 pounds. From Roncalli, Braden Lowry, 126 pounds, and Alec Vidova here at 145, both won titles. And for Cathedral, Zeke Seltzer and Holden Parsons come home with hardware. Irish head coach Sean McGinley said the title is a tribute to both the athletes and the staff at Cathedral.
We got great kids. I mean, they're coachable, and they're great on the wrestling mat, but they're also great citizens. And then I have a great staff. I mean, I have one of the best staffs, in the state of Indiana, and I can't say more, too much about them. It was a great weekend. We did our job on Friday night, and then, we put 3 in the finals, and we just kind of jumped on Zeke Seltzer. He kind of led us through, and having that win at the end was a great way to cap the day.
Congratulations to the Irish getting the job done. Okay, moving on to boys basketball now. And you know what? Hard to believe the end of the regular season is up on us again, and sectionals get underway across the state. Next week. One of the toughest sectionals in the state will take place in Class 4A at Lawrence Central, which features 6 teams with winning records, folks, including 3 of the top 10 ranked teams in the state. Lawrence Central and Tech open the sectional Tuesday. But I tell you what, the big night is actually Wednesday when we get a rematch of the city tournament championship between Cathedral and Crispus Attucks. A game won by the Tigers in a double overtime thriller. The nightcap features a Marion County Tournament Championship rematch as number 2 Lawrence North takes on number 3 Lawrence Central. Jack Keefer's Wildcats are the only team to knock off LC this season, doing so twice, but he knows his squad is in for a battle next week.
It's a tough call. It's a tough call for both of us. We've already played twice. So, you know, how many times do you have to play that same team? I'd rather be in my position than theirs. We won twice, so we'll go at it and see what happens with it. We both probably watch film all day long about it, really. You know, they've got outstanding players there that do very good things. It's just not a big enough venue for that kind of game, so there'll be a lot of disappointed people probably.
Yeah, he's right about that because it's going to be jam-packed coming up next week. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the notable rankings in the Class 4A. This week, you got Bloomington South still unbeaten on the year. How about that? Then Lawrence North, they're second. Lawrence Central, third. Of course, those Bears, only 2 losses coming to the Wildcats. Crispus Attucks, 18-5 overall. And then HSC, man, having a great run to finish going into the postseason, 16-5 overall on the year. All right, so how about this? Now to the pool, and the swimming season comes to a close this weekend at the Natatorium as the boys' state finals take place. Last weekend, Hamilton Southeastern, Carmel, Plainfield, Zionsville, Brownsburg, and North Central were among programs to claim sectional titles. Of course, Carmel has won the past 5 championships and 8 of the past 10, but Fisher's coach, Joe Keller, hopes his Tigers might be able to spring an upset.
I think our guys have already exceeded a lot of people's expectations this season. I'm not sure that many people really gave us a chance to be in the mix to be one of the top couple teams, but we positioned ourselves well. And as I've told the guys, sometimes you got to get a little lucky when you're at the top level, but you know, we hope that we've created our own luck and we put ourselves in a great position, and we think they're going to be really awesome come this week, so we're excited.
Okay, how about this? Time for a break, but when we come back, we got much more coming your way here tonight on The Zone Extra. Glad you're with us. Up next, I'm joined, in studio by Franklin Community High School swimming coach Zach DeWitt, whose girls just finished 3rd in the state and whose boys compete in this weekend's state finals. We'll catch up with Coach. And still ahead next season, he'll be playing basketball at Kansas State. Charlie Clifford introduced you to our athlete of the week from Lawrence Central. Still to come. All right, welcome back here on The Zone Extra, everybody. Anthony Calhoun here with you tonight. Time now for our Coach's Corner. In his 8 seasons at Franklin, he's led the Grizzly Cubs to an unprecedented success in recent years. His teams are among the best in the state, everybody. Earlier this month, his girls program placed 3rd at the state finals. The boys have been runner-up each of the past 2 seasons and compete this weekend in the state finals at the Natatorium. Welcome to The Zone Extra tonight. Franklin Community High School swimming coach talking about Zach DeWitt. Thank you so much, Zach, for being here with us tonight. Glad to have you here with us. And first things first, man, job well done with what you are doing with the program down south right now. What do you enjoy most about your job there at Franklin?
Well, I'm a teacher and a coach there. Honestly, probably just spending time with the kids. I like the time before deck, whether that's, taper karaoke as we call it, or it's our Monday morning skits. I just enjoy spending time with the kids. So probably thus far, that's probably what I'd have to say. Yeah,
and how challenging of a job is it where, we had the Carmel coach on a couple weeks ago, just not only just coaching, the guys who are getting set for state finals coming up, but the girls as well. How challenging is it? I mean, how much work is it?
Honestly, I don't know if it's that much more work than just coaching one gender, but the way I look at it is I think that the ladies bring out the best in the men. They're a lot more responsible than the guys, and and so a lot of times they bring a little focus to each and every practice. Additionally, the guys bring out that competitive nature in the girls, and so actually, given the fact that they're going to work in collaborative environments for the rest of their life, honestly, I think it's probably the best thing for them.
Yeah, taking a look at you now here, spend some time with your team, and what do you enjoy most about, what do you like about your team right now, the guys that get set for the state finals?
They're all a bunch of gamers. They're incredibly competitive, and sometimes that's difficult to keep them on task and focus each and every day. But in terms of once we're in the moment ready to compete, I've got a really special group. these guys like to win, and they're certainly willing to put their best foot forward in terms of making that happen.
Yeah, so 8 years you've been there at Franklin. And
Yep.
What do you think, for you personally, how have you grown as a coach, would you say?
That is a loaded question. more maturity than I care to go on. So I know you've got to be with your family at some point tonight, but I'll keep it short. Honestly, putting the athlete with the relationship with the athlete first is the number one piece. I think that if you want to go far with someone in terms of inspiring to chase their dreams, that relationship and that communication is the most important piece, and so that's something I take pride in. And I don't know if that was always the case, but certainly in the last 5 years, we've done a pretty great job at that.
That's wonderful to hear. And so, you think of the swimming successes here over the years, or even a decade. You think about it. You think of Carmel,
Yep.
and you guys have been right there near the Greyhounds. You got to welcome. You enjoy that type of level of competition, right? Because it's obviously making
Correct.
you've raised your game up to a new level to try to catch up with that program and the success they've had, right?
Absolutely. Chris Plum has been a mentor to me. He's a wonderful person. He's a wonderful swim coach. But honestly, a rising tide rises all ships, and so them being at the forefront of our nation, I think, is a great help and a great addition to our state. Certainly doesn't take anything away, and so giving us a target to shoot for, I think that's great. And then additionally, stealing ideas along the way has always benefited our program. So we don't lament them. Of course, we'd like to beat them one day like everybody else, but with that said, I appreciate their presence within our state.
Yeah, so what has been the difference? How have you been able to turn this program around and have the success you've had year in and year out?
Well, it's definitely not me. I'd say, it's my job to put the vision out there. I think it's my job to make sure that I'm the architect of the program, but a lot of the people that do the daily work are the athletes who buy into the vision. A ridiculous sum of parents, whether that's volunteering, getting their kids to early morning swim practice, and then I've got an incredibly supportive administration that helped me out along the way, both athletically and then academically within our high school.
Yeah, you're going to need that as well. You got to have the backing of your administrators, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're always at the swim meets, which I think is a great appreciation, especially coming from maybe not the most popular sport in the world. It's sometimes hard to love it because it requires such a ridiculous sum of work.
Yeah, but you guys have definitely been working hard in the pool. You talk about this program, 8 straight sectional championships for the Grizzly Cubs, and not only that, you guys are runner-up to Carmel each of the past 2 seasons in the state finals. I mean, you saw those awards there inside there in your little natatorium when you think about it. I mean, how much does that help your program when you guys can continue to get these wins and get these championships year in, year out?
More than anything, I think that it helps give us some backing in terms of selling a vision of success. If you're a little boy that grows up in our program now, whether you're 8, 9, or 10 years old, it's feasible in your own dream to become a state champion one day. Whereas, when I first started here, I'm not sure if that was the case.
You look at some of the accomplishments by you guys and what you've been able to do with the program there. We talked about the state runner-ups there, 2018 and 2019. The girls' top 4 state finish each of the past 3 years as well. 5 straight sectional titles there for the ladies as well. So, big weekend coming up for your team. What message do you send to the guys?
Do what you're trained to do. We rehearse for this all year round. It's, like I said, a pretty committed sport. But at the end of the day, all of the little details we've been working up leading up to this, that's what's going to help us be successful. I'm not going to give them a win one for the Gipper speech or anything like that. I think at the end of the day, letting them out the cage and letting them have fun is the most important piece. Fun swimming is fast swimming.
Are there times when you see some of the individuals on your team where you're just like, look, I know I swam back in the day. Obviously, you went to IU.
Yep.
And, where you say, man, we got some talented young people on my swim team.
Every day. Every day I say that. It's often joined with criticism in terms of how they can take it to the next level. But yeah, they wow me every day. And again, like I said earlier, it's just a joy to be with them on the pool deck. And so a lot of it's just been an incredibly rewarding experience.
All right, Zach, thank you so much for your time. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it, and all the best to you guys. Good luck
Thank you.
coming up this
Appreciate it.
weekend. I know you guys are going to be doing all you can to try to get that state championship.
That's
this
right.
weekend. All right, we're going to take a break. So to come here tonight on the Zone Extra, it's our Athlete of the Week. Star power isn't an issue for one of Indiana's 4A state title contenders. Can one local point guard be the difference in 2020? Our Charlie Clifford, that is, zeroes in on this question next year on Wish TV. Plus, we take a look at our game plan for tomorrow night as well. That's coming your way on the Zone Extra. Welcome back here to the Zone Extra. It's almost that time of the year, Hoosier hysteria. There is a little added twist for one local team. The same roster with not one, but two Mr. Basketball candidates. This is rare air, according to our Charlie Clifford, who spotlights the point guard who may decide March in Indiana.
Each March, every point guard can sense it. The noise, the pressure, the people. It picks up around here. And all these coaches ponder the same question. Which conductor do you want to navigate to Bankers Life Fieldhouse?
Now, I'm awful biased about that. Naturally, I'm going to say Nigel's the best. That's my point guard. He's been with me for 4 years. He still play hard regardless. He does the job.
Coach Gooden, don't be bashful. Lawrence Central's Nigel Pack, committed to Kansas State, is a popular choice. A throwback who can throw it down. And that's before you can even think about dealing with the Davis duo, Dre and Tay.
Being young, always dreamed of being a great basketball player, going to college, play basketball. Now I'm just living the steps through it.
It's great because, my older brother being a big shot, and not only him, not just too, it just me, all I have to do is play my game.
The poster boy is officially crowned here at Lawrence Central. Kyle Guy, Mr. Basketball 2016. You know the March Madness fairy tale. But there is a banner that Guy was unable to hang here at the Lawrence Central gym. That's a state championship. Now you have a point guard, Nigel Pack, who's also playing Division I ball, who wants to do one better than Guy before he leaves this gym.
We're trying to get to the best of our abilities, so we're at the top of our game by the time March comes around. So we can definitely put one of those banners up that we haven't got yet.
So a lot of things that got to play a part. That luck is one of them. Being healthy is another, and plus you got to have a talented team. That's a tough situation. It's not an easy thing.
The path through the Bears goes through Mr. Pack. Charlie Clifford, Wish TV News 8.
All right, Charlie, thanks so much, my friend. Okay, time for a break, but still much more Zone Extra coming here on Wish TV, including our play of the week. Plus, we look ahead to the final Friday of the regular season on the Zone tomorrow night. All right, we're back here on the Zone Extra, everybody. Anthony Calhoun here with you tonight. And one of our favorite parts of covering high school sports is the passion of both the players and the fans in the stands. The school spirit we see is incredible everywhere we go. And each fall, of course, we award the prestigious Zone banner to the school with the best spirit. Banner season may be over, but we are always on the lookout for the great school spirit wherever we go across Central Indiana. Got to be creative, unique theme nights, the community involvement, and the passion of the fans truly make high school sports special. Keep showing us why your school has the best spirit, and we can't wait for the brand new battle for the Zone banner coming up next fall. All right, now it's time to take a look at our play of the week. Of course, each week we feature one of the top plays from the world of high school sports right here in Central Indiana. Plus, we want you to get involved. We want you to, give us some of your video, and maybe it can be featured here on a future show. But first, here is this week's top play. It comes courtesy of Anderson University. Alexandria High School senior Rylan Metz sinks the half-court shot and wins a free year of tuition. How about that? Let's take another look at it again. Metz is a member of the Alexandria basketball team, which opens sectional play next week against Elwood. He will play baseball at Anderson University next year. Of course, our crew's out covering high school sports all the time, and we want to hear from you. As I said before, reach out to us right there. Some of the ideas there, some of the places you can reach out to us right there on the screen. If your video is featured, it'll be right here on the Zone Extra coming up next week for our plays of the week. Okay, meanwhile, let's take a look at the high school basketball schedule coming your way. Game you're going to see tomorrow at 7:30 on our sister station, Mighty TV, Channel 23. We've got a matchup for you coming your way, and that is in the Circle City Conference as Brebeuf hits the road to face Roncalli. The Braves would clinch an outright conference title with the win. You can see all the action live on Mighty TV, Channel 23, coming up tomorrow at 7:30. All right, it is a busy night of high school hoops across Central Indiana. The regular season comes to a close, and teams gear up for sectionals next week. I'll be live tomorrow evening at Avon with the Orioles as they host number 2 Danville in 3A, and that is just a few of the highlights we'll have for you on The Zone tomorrow night. 10 games coming your way on The Zone at 11:08. There's a look at Beech Grove against Whiteland. We got Tech taking on Ben Davis, Harrison against Lebanon, and New Pal against Greenwood, and also Franklin in action as well. The Zone, the place to be, coming up for you tomorrow at 11:08 right here on Wish TV. Can you believe we are down to the final week of the regular season coming up tomorrow here on Wish TV. All right, folks, don't forget, we're here every Thursday, 7 o'clock for the Zone Extra right here on Wish TV. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here next week, same time.